Well, good morning to you. Guy Watson here, Bognor Regis Bonsai. Now then, the time has come to revisit this Pyracantha that I featured at the end of last year, and I asked for some suggestions as to how I might progress with it. There was two comments that I've of note. Kenneth de Bont from Belgium suggested just have a look at the roots and see how they look. I presume he meant, are they spreading out in that direction? Well, I could therefore try and make it into one slanted this way. But Andrew Beattie also mentioned that he felt this trunk showed absolutely no sign of taper, and in fact even inverse taper up here. He suggested cutting it down by about half. Now, I'm thinking that he is correct, and I'm thinking of actually cutting it right back to here even, and then letting the tree grow from there and see if I can get some taper from that, because this is very, very straight. And as I say, there is inverse taper where the wire has bitten in the past. So I think today we will have a chop down here and then repot the thing. So I think that's what I'm going to look at today. Back in a second. Okay, well, just before I start this cut, I have been also commented about which tools I use. I'm going to be using some cutters today. I believe I got them from Beachfield Bonsai. That's what's shown on the case. And in the case, on the tool itself, we have that marking there. I don't know if you can see that properly. But so they must be Japanese tools, but I find the stainless steel are much better than the carbon because they do keep their edge. Anyway, I will show what tools I can as I use them. Anyway, let's have a look at this cut. So I'm thinking of cutting here. Go a bit further above, I can always cut back later. Here we go. There we are. Well, that's looking a bit fluffy there, but right, there we are. Okay. Well, that certainly made a difference to the tree. Right, let's get it out of the pot and have a look at repotting. Okay, well, I've no idea what sort of roots I'm going to find in here. So, yeah, I think it's just going to pull out actually. There we go. This is an old garden rake. One of my first tools I bought, and it is the old carbon type. I don't know where I got it from. And also used in my repotting tools is this particularly nice tool, an old kitchen fork, which I'm reusing. Certainly a few roots in here. Just remembered what I hadn't done. I haven't got a bucket of water for the washing, so I'll get that in a minute. Then we'll have to have a look at pots now. I'll have a little chat about pots before I get on with that. Right, let me get my scissors. Once again, another Japanese type marking on this one. Can you see that? From the same place as supplier. But root scissors. Okay, let's just scrape this off. And I think now it's time to go and give it a wash and see what we got. I'll be back shortly. Right, well I've washed the roots, and looking at them, they don't look very nice at all. Obviously this is its first repot since it was got from the shop that rhymes with Orisons. I think I've got the ratcheting secateurs out here, and I think I'm going to have to take off this whole bottom lot. If I can. That's more like it. There we go, that's the bottom lot gone. Right. Now how's the root plane looking? I think we can get rid of... Let me find myself my other cutters. Also likewise similar, got this Japanese mark on it. Same as before. Right. Now where do I want this root base to come? I think these up here are going to be too high, so I want the base down there. But having said that, this is a bit of a mess down there, but I'm going to have to let it grow because I need the roots there to promote the tree. No, I think it's going to have to stay like that for now. I'll take these ones off the top though. And I think I'll be planting it in like that. I'm glad I took the whole lot of the top of the tree off, because obviously I've cut so many roots off I don't think it would have supported it. Right, let me go and get my pots and we'll have a little chat about them. Actually, just before I go and get the pots, I've got two of these concave cutters here. Hope you can see the difference there. The bottom pair have got a sort of a slightly rounded profile to them, whereas this one's rather flat. And it gives a different cut on cutting the tree. Now I actually prefer this one. And also this one I actually happened to drop on the deck and dented the top of it once. As soon as I got them, about a week after. Never mind. Anyway, it's the bottom set that I use for most of my work on the upper parts of the tree. Anyway, let me go and get the pots. Okay then, pots. Now my initial thoughts were putting it in a pot like this. And it would fit and it would actually look quite nice. So I think possibly in the future. But for now, because I need the roots to recover, I'm going to try sticking it into a plastic pot. Reason for that being is the plastic absorbs heat a lot more than the ceramic pots and from the sun, and it will give the warmth to the roots and encourage the roots to grow. That's why we put plants into a greenhouse, to encourage the growth from the heat. And these pots, they do absorb the heat and make the soil a bit warmer, and the whole plant can thrive on that. I think that one's too small, so I think putting it in that pot would be ideal. So we'll just cut a couple of these end bits off. In fact, that one's going in totally the wrong direction, so we'll have that off. That one's coming right up. And the rest of those, hopefully I can sort out. Right, so there's the tree ready to plant. Let's prepare the pot with a tie-in cable, then I'll be back to you. Okay, well let's put the tie-in wire across. So let's start off putting a bit of soil in. Actually, what I normally do, I normally put a tray under this to hold up anything that falls out. As long as that's still in sight. Yes. There we go. And the tree I'm not really too worried about the front at the moment, but I'm going to put it in roughly there. Now, this is only a training pot at the moment. Right, let me find what I've done with the chopping stick. Chopstick, rather. What I have done, I have angled it slightly that way towards the viewer. Make sure all the roots are covered. That one's sticking out a bit there, so we'll chop that little bit off. Touch more, and then we'll tie it in. Grab it and pull. Pull and then twist. Pull and twist. That should be enough to stop Madame Blackbird from uprooting it and any winds to blow it over. Touch more soil. And I think that's that Pyracantha repotted. So just to give you a quick 360 of it. And there we go. Obviously he's got an awful lot of growing still to do, but thank you to Andrew Beattie and Kenneth de Bont for commenting and answering some of my questions I had on it. I do appreciate the comments I get, that's why I'm making an effort to make a concentrated effort to try and help you with the tools that I use, because 2 people asked what tools I use, and I like to help if I can. Okay, so there's the Pyracantha done. Thank you very much.